As you guys saw in my last video, there we saw that Johnny Somali pretending that he is out of South Korea and he is in North Korea.
I'm outside. I'm at the DMZ, the border of North Korea. These motherfuckers are saying I'm getting 29 years. Y'all niggas not gonna catch me alive.
Is it really possible to escape South Korea so easily? I hope no, it's not possible so. Because in South Korea, he is listed as a terrorist, and all Korea knows him. And in this situation, the police also monitoring his every steps, and it's quite impossible to escape from South Korea and go North Korea. Yeah, this is possible if there's some big hand involved with him. In a video, Johnny Somali drag Ice Poseidon, saying that these are the people who control Johnny Somali.
His master is right here, Paul Dinino, aka Ice Poseidon. I'm telling you guys, the people you need to go after, the people that taught me to do this stuff. I'll show you right here. Look at this right here. Open image on the top. This is the culprit. These are the people controlling Johnny Somali.
And he also said that Ice Poseidon said him to go Korea and do this kind of thing in here.
These are the people who told me to come to Korea and do this kind of stuff to you. Ice Poseidon, aka Paul Dinino.
And they are a part of global criminal mafia organization, American live streaming mafia, which is called CX.
We are part of a criminal organization, a global criminal group of streamers called CX. CX, and it's a sub-shoot group called Team FT, but we'll get into that later.
He also explained what is CX. And this organization is started by Ice Poseidon.
But CX is a gang. It's a criminal organization, a mafia, an American live streaming mafia, started by Paul Dinino, aka Ice Poseidon.
And he fully blamed Ice Poseidon for what he do. And he said that those are the main who are doing this.
I'm his slave. I'm one of his underlings. If he didn't start this, I would never be here. So if there's someone to blame, you Koreans keep calling me a cotton picker, a black slave, a monkey. If you want to know who the plantation owner is, who the master is, in JTBC News, if you're watching, this is the big boss. This is the head honcho. This is the Al Capone. I'm not even a made man yet. This is the leader of the mafia, Ice Poseidon, aka Paul Dinino. You need to get him, and you need to get Avram Merlin.
And Johnny says the Korean, if they want to know why he came here, because of these two individuals. And Ice Poseidon is the danger for South Korea.
If you want to look for who really is the reason why I came here, it's these two individuals. Avram Merlin, aka Suspenders, and Ice Poseidon, the leader of this mafia group. This is the danger. Paul Dino, Ice Poseidon. I would never came to Korea and done this if he did not tell me to do it. So first of all, you guys need to go look into them before you attack me. So let's get a CX in the chat, please, first of all. These are the real culprits of this whole Korea shenanigans, this whole Korea fluff off. And
so in this video, he unraveled So meanie thing, which is kind of related to destroy South Korea. Maybe there are some more people with them and Johnny Somali didn't say about them. And it's also possible that Johnny Somali has a lot of information about them, and if Johnny go to the jail, the Korean law will find out everything and who is with him, word A to Z. And that's why the criminals who sent Johnny Somali in here, they didn't want to take any risk, and they helped him to came out from Korea. And it's also possible that Johnny may die after escape from Korea, because he already tells some few thing about the gang, and the Korean will try to get him back to Korea. And there is no way to not back him, because the whole world knows what he do, and have the right to get him back. And if Korea successfully get him back, they will find out everything. Who are helping him to do this, and what they plan with Korea. If it's happened, then maybe some big name come in this case, and that's why the Mafia is going to kill him after escaping South Korea, if he really escaped or trying to escape. And here's the thing, a men confront that he guessed the place where he was praying. He said Johnny Somali place, where he was praying in the TikTok video, has been identified as a park, Hyochang Park in Korea. The photo from Google Earth is outdated, but the location matches. Okay, if we see in Google this place is tear by the border of North Korea, and it's might possible that he escaped Korea, and if he really escaped from Korea, what's going to happen with him? If Johnny Somali were to enter North Korea, the consequences would likely be severe, as North Korea has strict laws regarding foreigners' behavior and interactions within the country. Here's what might happen based on historical precedents and North Korea's policies. North Korea is highly sensitive to behavior perceived as disrespectful or provocative. If Johnny Somali continued his controversial antics, he would likely be arrested quickly. Cases of foreign visitors detained for minor infractions, such as leaving a Bible in a hotel, highlight the regime's strict control. Foreigners accused of breaking North Korean laws often face public trials and harsh sentences, such as long-term imprisonment or hard labor. The case of Otto Warmbier, A U.S. student arrested for allegedly stealing a propaganda poster is a well-known example. He was sentenced to 15 years of hard labor and tragically died after being released in a vegetative state. If Johnny Somali were detained, the regime could use his case for propaganda, framing his arrest as a defense against Western imperialism or misconduct. His actions might be portrayed as symbolic of broader societal problems in other countries. North Korea often leverages detained foreigners in negotiations with their home governments. If Somali were to enter illegally or behave inappropriately, his case could become a diplomatic issue. And if you see the video, you will be surprised, hear Ice Poseidon saying something about him.
Alright, I'll see you later. That's interesting. Johnny seems, I don't know. Fuck, man. He's actually seemed like a normal guy in that conversation. To be honest, surprisingly.
Yo, grab you!
Yeah, I just didn't like that he almost got us arrested, that's all. When he came in the room that one day. I don't really care about the Japan shit. I mean, it's kind of like crazy, but I just didn't like he almost got us arrested. But I can look past that.
After all of this thing, I am pretty much sure that Ice Poseidon might help him to get out. From South Korea. If he really escaped from Korea, I would hold South Korea fully responsible for this. Do you know why? Because they only give him the travel ban in South Korea, they don't put him on jail.
And that led him to being travel banned, but that hasn't stopped him from continuing to taunt the public and flex that he has this emergency passport, even though he can't go anywhere with it. As the Korean government, they've taken away his main passport and he's been banned from leaving the country.
I count this as a big mistake from South Korea. They don't take him on jail. He is booked and released until trial.
Why is he not arrested? Well, he's been booked and released until trial, and travel banned until the verdict.
And just because of this opportunity, he used it for escape. It's a big mistake for South Korea. Johnny Somali were to escape South Korea and cross into North Korea. The consequences could be severe and unpredictable. The situation would depend on how North Korea interprets his arrival and whether it perceives him as a threat, an asset, or simply a problem to be dealt with. North Korea heavily monitors its borders, and unauthorized crossings are typically met with arrest. Foreigners entering North Korea without authorization are often detained for interrogation. The regime might use him for propaganda or accuse him of espionage, regardless of his intent. If North Korea chooses to use his case politically, they might frame him as someone fleeing perceived persecution in South Korea or the West. However, this would depend on whether they view him as useful for their narrative. If North Korea views him as a liability or someone with no strategic value, they might repatriate him to South Korea, leading to his rearrest under South Korean law. His status as a U.S. citizen could also complicate matters, potentially involving diplomatic negotiations. North Korea has historically subjected foreigners to harsh punishments for minor infractions, including hard labor or lengthy detentions. Given his controversial history, he could face serious repercussions if detained.